You know that feeling, right? You hear a song for the very first time, and there's this instant connection, a jolt of energy that just makes you reach for the volume knob and crank it all the way up. Well, chances are what you just felt was the raw power of a killer guitar riff. Today, we're going to pull back the curtain on this amazing musical phenomenon. We're going to find out why the riff is the secret ingredient, the driving force behind basically every great rock anthem you've ever loved. Okay, picture this. You're at a show, the lights drop, and then a single snarling guitar note just tears through the air. And what happens? The entire place just erupts. You absolutely know what song is coming next, way before a single word is sung. So how does that work? How can just a couple of notes hit us so hard and so fast? That's the big question we're digging into. Well, it's not magic, even though it definitely feels like it sometimes. The secret is the riff. It's this short, catchy, repeated phrase that becomes the actual DNA of a song. It's the hook that grabs you and won't let go, it's the engine that powers the whole track, and it's the sonic signature that lets you know exactly which band you're listening to. So in this explainer, we're going to break down the anatomy of a truly killer riff and figure out the formula that turns a few simple notes into an anthem for the ages. But before we get into the nuts and bolts of it all, we've got to go back, way back. To really understand the riff, you have to understand where it came from. And its story doesn't start in some giant sold-out stadium. Nope. It starts in the smoky juke joints of the American South, right where the blues was born. As you can see, the riff didn't just pop up overnight. It was an evolution. See, back in the 30s, you had blues guys like Robert Johnson planting the seeds with these repetitive little guitar phrases, or licks. Then you jump to 1955, and someone like Chuck Berry comes along. He takes those licks, cranks up the energy, and shoves them right to the front in songs like Johnny B. Good. But oh man, the real earthquake hits in 1964 with the Kinks' You Really Got Me. That raw, fuzzy power chord riff completely changed the game. And by the time we get to 69, you've got Led Zeppelin. Jimmy Page wasn't just writing intros anymore, he was building these massive sonic structures, like in Whole Lotta Love. The riff had become the entire mission statement. All right, so we've seen where the riff comes from, but what's the secret sauce? What really makes a great riff work? It's time to pop the hood and take a look at the engine. We're about to break down the formula behind the most iconic riffs in rock history. It really boils down to these four things. You get this recipe right, and bam, you've got yourself a timeless rock anthem. So let's break them down one by one. First up, let's talk harmony. And what we're really talking about is the power chord. This is the ultimate weapon in rock and roll. By getting rid of that middle note, you get a sound that isn't happy or sad, it's just powerful. It's ambiguous, it's raw, and it's the absolute foundation of rock and metal. I mean, come on, Smoke on the Water. You know the one. That legendary riff is built on a super simple but incredibly powerful pattern. It's a total masterclass in doing more with less, and that's exactly why it's so unforgettable. It's so simple anyone can learn it, but so good that no one can ever forget it. Okay, next up, rhythmic drive. The magic word here is syncopation. Now that's just a fancy term for playing around with the beat, hitting the notes in unexpected places. It's that push and pull against the rhythm that creates a groove you just can't fight. It's what makes you want to move. Just think about that riff from the Rolling Stones' Satisfaction. That punchy, driving rhythm is all about syncopation. It's what gives that song its swagger, its defiant feel. It's not just a beat, it's a whole attitude. Ingredient number 3, sonic texture. This is a big one. It's not just what notes you're playing, it's how they sound. Things like distortion, fuzz, overdrive. They're not just some effects you sprinkle on top. No way. They are a core part of the riff's identity. I mean, can you even imagine Black Sabbath's Iron Man without that huge, heavy, distorted guitar sound? It would be a totally different thing. That sound is the riff. That sonic weight is what makes it so dark, so powerful, so Iron Man. And finally, the fourth ingredient, the one that ties it all together, repetition. This is the secret that gets a riff stuck in your head for days or even weeks. See, our brains are wired to find and love patterns, and a great riff is like a perfect little loop that just locks right in. And who are the absolute kings of this? AC/DC, of course, Back in Black. That riff is like a freight train. It's simple, it's hypnotic, and it just relentlessly drives that song forward. It's the ultimate proof that sometimes the best riffs are the ones that just keep it simple and hit you right between the eyes. So, there you have it. You take that powerful harmony,
that rhythmic drive, that sonic texture, and that magic of repetition? What do you get when you mix them all together? Well, you get something way bigger than just a catchy tune. You get the sonic glue that holds music and even people together.
This chart really helps clarify things. Think of it like this. The singer is telling you the story with words and melody, but the riff, that's the song's fingerprint. It's sonic signature. It's the rhythmic engine. For a band like AC/DC, their riffs are as recognizable as their singer's voice. The riff is their brand. You know, a truly great riff is a master multitasker. It hits you with this deep emotional resonance, like that beautiful opening to Sweet Child of Mine. It becomes the band's audio logo. I mean, the stomp stomp clap from Queen's We Will Rock You is basically a riff you play with your body. It acts as a cultural touchstone, instantly taking you back to a time and a place. And in a live show, man, it's the ultimate catalyst. The second you hear the opening to Highway to Hell, you know the party has started. So, what does this all add up to? It means a riff is so much more than a string of notes. It's a language. It's a kind of cultural shorthand that communicates on a way deeper level.
I love this idea, a sonic handshake. Think about it. When you meet someone and you find out you both love the same riffs, there's this immediate connection. It's like you're both in on the same secret. You're a part of the same tribe. It creates this powerful sense of community, all without saying a word.
So, as we wrap this up, I want to leave you with a final thought to chew on. We all have one. That one riff that's kind of burned into your memory, the one that serves as the soundtrack to a specific moment in your life. So what's yours? What's the riff that tells your story?